Welcome to the Insightful Professor. SQL is the language of relational database systems, such as Oracle Database, Microsoft SQL Server, and IBM DB2. In this series entitled Introduction to SQL, we'll be focusing on data retrieval. We'll be using a single table for all of the examples that we present. Most of these examples will involve the table named course. We hope that by using the same table for many of the examples, you'll become familiar with the table in terms of its content and structure and be able to focus your attention on learning this language called SQL. The primary reference for the sample database, where we found the course table, is a textbook that I co-authored several years ago. The book is called Oracle SQL, A Professional Programmer's Guide. Let's take a quick look at that course table. The course table is one of a few tables in a simple academic database. It's related to other tables in our database. However, in our introduction to basic SQL, we'll be focusing on the course table in isolation. The course table contains a small number of rows and columns so that we can focus on correct syntax and make it easy to confirm the accuracy of a query that we write. Although the size of this table is small, we'll see that it will be sufficient to illustrate the basic features of SQL. This table contains both character and numeric data elements. The table includes one row for each course appearing in the school's course catalog. The primary key of the table is the column named CNO. The column called C Department is a foreign key that references the primary key of the department table. We'll take a look at that in our more advanced videos. Note that this figure illustrates the structure or organization of the course table. We should also note that the values shown here reflect the content at some point in time. Be aware that the content of any database table is subject to change as users interact with the database. In each video lecture, we wish to emphasize key points with respect to syntax and behavior of the features we discuss. We will discuss the use of SQL statements and provide demonstrations of their execution. All of our demonstrations will be performed using online software called Oracle Live SQL. In the Introduction to SQL videos, we'll be focusing on single table operations. We'll discuss simple data retrieval. We'll turn it up a notch and look at something a little bit more involved. We'll call this complex data retrieval. We'll introduce common aggregate functions and associated operations. We'll also discuss missing information, the notion of the null value in relational database. In our advanced SQL, we'll talk about multiple table operations. These will include inner join, outer join, subquery, correlated subquery, and set operations, union, intersection, and set difference. So we'll discuss the use of SQL statements and provide demonstrations of their execution. And all of these demonstrations will be performed using software available online called Oracle Live SQL. You should view our YouTube video on this topic to ensure that you are ready to dive into SQL and further explore the features of this language. So with an Oracle Live SQL account set up and having been introduced to the course table, you're now ready to view the next video and begin learning SQL.